All right, welcome back to the Jabronis show. It is week 12 of the NFL. I won the picks last week besides our guest Chase here who went 5-1. Out of all the hosts, I went 4-2. Jaxon went 2-4 and so did Kevin. Both went 2-4. So the standings as is are Jaxon in last place at 22-24.
Fuck.
Kevin in second place at 23-23. And I have stepped up to the lead, 25-21. Solid 2-game lead over Kevin. 3-game lead
for you.
over Jaxon. Oh, yeah, they felt bad, so they started just sucking at picking games. And then Chase, who is now at least tied with the guest record that Ahmed had, is 5-1. So we brought him on for the repeat episode.
Ooh, we have to have him and Ahmed go head-to-head for picks.
That's true. Unless he goes 6-0 this week, then he's outright.
I'm going for it.
We should, whoever wins this year's picks, we should get him a Jabroni Show t-shirt with our faces on it.
Shit, I want one of
I'm
those
like, I want one
t-shirts
either
first.
way.
Yeah, that'll be the poll. That'll be the poll of the week on our Instagram tomorrow. Do you want to see some Jabroni Show merch, namely t-shirts with my beautiful mugs? This guy's, he's kind of cute, but we can cut him out if
We
you
can
need
cut
to.
Jaxon, yeah. Just the kind of cute Ethan and the
Just aim the
beautiful
camera
Kevin.
about another.
Before we get into it, let's Kevin had a shout out for us.
Shout out my brother-in-law, Nick, who's potentially going to be coming on, along with my brother, Joe, and former NFL linebacker and St. Rita alumni, Notre Dame, national champion runner-up, Darius Fleming, who will be coming on in the next couple of weeks.
Hell
Shout
yeah.
out to my Rita brother. Shout out the boys on 79th Street.
And there it is. That's the shout out. 79th Street. What is 79th Street? Just a little more context there.
That's where the school is, dog. 79th and Western.
Oh, that's just the number of the street.
Yeah. Everything in Chicago is by street.
Okay.
Like,
So
Chief
would
Keef's whole thing was
Would
Lamron.
78th Street and 80th Street have their own set of childhood stories?
If there's
Yeah.
shit there, yeah. This is the same way King Von would always be like, we don't fuck with 63rd. That's because there's a bunch of rival gang members on one block surrounded by a bunch of other rival gang members.
Interesting. Kevin is Mr. Culture over here. I grew up where it's like your ward is your gang, right? You guys play at basketball every Saturday night or some shit. Yeah, Utah-Chicago differences. Anyways, let's get into this week's matchups. I am now on top in the picks. Chase is our guest record holder, and he's going for his own record this week. See if he can go 6-0. That would be lovely.
Going for that Jabroni Show shirt.
I am.
If you do get it,
Yeah.
do you want Jackson's face on it?
I was gonna say you guys should have yours in the center, and then Jaxon it's just in like the bottom right corner, like based off height. Like just line
We
up
could do
and
that.
take a photo. Yeah.
I like that idea, don't you?
That's a good idea. I like it,
Like
honestly.
you can just show your upper half and then Jaxon.
What do you think? That'll be on the poll tomorrow. What are you thinking for a Jabroni Show shirt?
Well, yeah, we'll have the poll debate, the layout. I'm thinking maybe like Jackson's face in the front pocket, and then just like two big
On the interior of the pocket, though. On the interior of the
inside
pocket.
the
Yeah.
pocket. And it's not even his face, it just says Jaxon.
Open to interpretation. Just Jackson question mark?
You guys can make the one with the little pocket. You pull it down, you just see Jackson's little tiny buddy fitting inside the pocket.
Oh my god.
Then you've just got Red Bull, LaCroix, like all the patches going down.
He's just fun sized. That's all.
God.
He's just taking it. Oh, God, fuck.
He's blushing. He likes it.
All right, our first matchup this week. Getting into the Thanksgiving games, we got to talk about some of these classic teams on Thanksgiving. Starting out with the Packers and the Lions. They'll be the first game of Thanksgiving. Not such an exciting matchup with how the Packers have been playing, but it is still a division rivalry. There's still some potential for an upset and all sorts of holiday magic to go on. So, Kevin, since it's your division, let's let you take the lead.
So first to quote Boston be a man, always bet heavy on the Lions on Thanksgiving. Even though they usually lose it, but that they're gonna win this one. Trust me. Green Bay has been ass. Green Bay has been ass. I love being able to say that. It's so good. Haven't been able to say that ever in my lifetime. This is fantastic to know. Yeah, Garrett, Green Bay sucks.
Yeah, Garrett.
They might end up in the basement of the division. You guys have one game on us, and we still have to play the Cardinals and Atlanta. So,
That's fair.
You guys play no.
but so Packers Lions in Detroit. Detroit, even last year with that douchebag Aaron Rodgers being in Green Bay, still smoked him both times. Aiden Hutchinson, I think, had a pick in both games. I know he definitely did the first time around in Detroit. But I guess if I have to give the Packers any credit, Jordan Love, 2,333 passing yards, 16 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. They may have a true cut number one receiver in Jalen Reed. He's coming in. He's been balling out lately. Christian Watson can't stay healthy. Romeo Doubs has been okay. He's made some nice catches, but Jalen Reed seems to be the go-to as of late for Jordan Love. And then especially with Aaron Jones going down, they're going to be pass heavy. A.J. Dillon, he's
not it.
Well, and I'm pretty sure
he's not an
the
every
only
down
running
back. He's too big. He's
a
not
third
meant
down
for it.
talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's like Eddie Lacy.
Yeah.
Like you can't run Eddie Lacy 3 plays in a row or else he's gonna be just heaved out on the sideline. You know what I mean? The same way you can't do that with AJ Dillon. Now they did just sign James Robinson, former Illinois State product, rushed for 1,000 yards with Jacksonville. So we'll see if they elevate him off the practice squad because he's really good, especially Jacksonville had fuck all when he was down there. And Green Bay kind of has a competent offensive line. So that's one thing to watch out for. As far as the Lions, that defense is suffocating. Especially you look at Jordan Love as of late, especially when Jordan Love's got pressure on him, he makes a lot of stupid mistakes.
That's fact.
And having Aiden Hutchinson in your face, Aiden Hutchinson's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, we talk about the best DNs in the league. We failed to talk about him, and I would bet you he's top 10. He has to be. He is a absolute nightmare. Jordan Love is not going to like that. He didn't like Max Crosby in his face. He's really not going to like Aiden Hutchinson in his
Who's
face.
that scary blonde guy? You know what I'm talking about? Is that Van Ginkel's the guy on the Dolphins, but they have like a lookalike.
Yeah,
Detroit.
Anzalone.
He was
Yeah,
on the
dude.
Saints.
Shout
It was
out
a
the
long-
Italian Americans that listen to this podcast. Anzalone, baby.
Something about that pure blonde hair is just terrifying when it's coming
Dude,
out
he
the back
pops
of the football
dudes,
helmet.
though. He pops dudes. He's got a couple picks in his career, including off Justin Fields last year, unfortunately. But that's neither here nor there. Getting back to the Lions, despite that defensively, I think Jared Goff's going to come out pissed off. He threw 3 picks last week. Yeah, they won the game, but he did not win them that game.
No.
He relied on St. Brown and he relied on their run game. And neither of those were that great, but
It was enough to get it done.
yeah, it was enough to get it done because the Bears just. We'll move past that. I can't talk about that. I'm gonna lose my shit if I talk about that. But
Let's talk about
regardless, Goff's gonna be pissed. He threw 3 picks. He got sacked twice. He's gonna be coming out for blood. And especially I just talked about the run game with Montgomery and Gibbs. Green Bay can't stop anyone on the ground. Nonetheless, that 2-headed monster, they're just going to get fucking absolutely hammered. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be close. You know, it's an in-division game, so it's like, oh, you never know. It's a toss-up. The Bears played them well last week because we can stop the fucking run.
Yeah.
Once you stop the run for Detroit, it's can you stop St. Brown? And it's like if you have competent corners like Jalen Johnson and Tyreek Stevenson, who got his first career pick as a rookie last week, yeah, you can. Green Bay can't stop shit.
No, I agree. I don't think the Packers are going to do much.
No.
Even with like some kind of Thanksgiving miracle, the Lions are just such a better squad. We're talking about an 8-2 team versus a 4-7 team.
Yeah.
I think they're 4-7. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, they got one game on the Bears, so they're 4-7. Plus, they had their bye week already, and we're 3-8.
yeah. So, what's
So-
your score and prediction?
Give me the Lions. 35-10.
Damn.
It's in Detroit, and the Packers can't stop the run to save their life. So, yeah.
Good point. All right, Jackson.
I agree with what you said about Goff passing and the split on the run game because Montgomery only had 76 yards and Gibbs had 34, but both had tutties. But when these two play each other, it's always a dogfight because, like, last year the Lions beat them in Green Bay to kick them out of the playoffs. But, I mean, the Packers are never, like, they're not a very great squad right now, but they're not horrible. And when it does come down to these two, it's a dogfight between this rivalry. And Goff, I agree. Goff's going to come off pissed off. I don't think he's going to have as many turnovers this week, but he's going to have around the same amount of yards as he did last week. He had 236 yards, 2 tutties, and 3 interceptions. I'm thinking I'm going to take Detroit, but it's not going to be 35-10. I'm going to take 24-17 Detroit.
All right.
But again, Love cannot play against good defenses.
No, when he gets pressured, he makes a lot of stupid mistakes, but he's also, like, even throughout, he doesn't make great decisions in general, but he always plays all 4 quarters. I don't think it's ever, like, the game's always over, unless it's what you say, 35-10, but I think this game could go score for score. I don't think much defenses are going to be doing much here.
Okay.
When it comes down to it, I mean, with Jordan Love, making mistakes on better defenses is obviously going to hurt their offense a lot more than, with now, what's his name?
Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones. With Aaron Jones going out, A.J. Dillon is not going to be able to step up, fill that role. Lions are going to be able to shut their run down. I don't see it being anywhere near a win for the Packers, but I do think it'll be a little bit closer. I feel Detroit's going to try and abuse the run. I think Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery are going to be able to perform a lot better against the Packers run stop. And I don't think 35 necessarily, but I think it'll go 24-17 Detroit.
All right.
The thing is-
24-17, 2 of those.
A.J. Dillon, the Packers, with Aaron Jones going out, they don't have a backup running back right now. They only,
Like I
'cause
said,
had
they
another
grabbed
one.
James Robinson.
Yeah. So all they had last week was A.J. Dillon. And, yeah, if they don't elevate him off the practice squad and it's just him, there's no way they're going to get a run game going at all. Even whether it's Love having to do it with his legs as well and just A.J. Dillon, there's no way.
Well, even if they do, I don't see him able to. Even if it is James Robinson, I don't see him stopping or the Lions letting them, get over
imagine
50
that.
yards
No.
rushing. For
Yeah, I
touchdowns.
can't imagine.
You talk about them abusing the run. That's a top 5 offensive line in the league for Detroit. And Green Bay can't stop basic run games.
That's what I'm saying. I see
They're
them fully using it.
No, those
using it to
guys will
win.
be like
Yeah.
fucking Moser in a Cheen or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
we're calling them versus
You got it
no
right.
offense,
It's a
Denver.
chain.
That's a chain.
I knew you were going there, and I just fuck you. Like,
That was the only time that's happened this year, all right?
yeah, and we didn't need to talk about it.
Yes, we did. Hey, it's going to happen to someone else now. There you go. Then it won't be your problem. Fair enough?
It might happen to the. It's not gonna. No one's gonna score 70 points. Who the fuck lets 70 points in the National Football League? It's not happening again. No.
The Bears did it to the Redskins.
Thanks for being nice to
No.
me, Kevin, but it's not. It's not happening. 70-20 is a ridiculous score. Honestly, we needed it though.
Bears did it to the
Yeah.
It
Redskins,
turned the season
73-0.
When was that though? Like,
It's like in the 50s.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Exactly.
back in the
Again,
day.
I'm trying to make you feel good here, dog. I'm trying
oh
to
no,
back
it's like yesterday, right?
I'm trying to back you on shit.
I
dog,
appreciate
make you
it, but you're just gaslight. You're just blowing smoke up my ass. Yeah, shit. Yeah, with the Packers Lions, I have to agree. with everything you guys are saying. Jared Goff is coming off of a not so great performance, so he's got something to prove. Jordan Love has been very shaky this year. It's his first year as the starter. That's how it goes. They've had a lot of injuries up there in Green Bay. And, yeah, I'd agree. The run game isn't what's going to get it done against the Detroit Lions. I think any kind of hope the Packers have is in Jordan Love popping off, and they have a crazy game passing. And we see, like, Romeo Doubs do something that he doesn't usually do, and then we see, like, Luke Musgrave get involved. But it's not going to happen. So give me the Lions. I'm not going to make it as close as you two and not as far as you. Give me Lions 28, Packers 14.
Okay.
Yeah. Good little meat in the middle of your guys' score. And, yeah, I think Dan Campbell really wants to eat some Thanksgiving turkey. At the end of the day, that's
With his
all I can picture is Dan Campbell with a fat turkey leg. Yeah.
with the side of kneecaps.
Oh, yeah. He's going to bite the kneecap. He's just going to eat the bottom of the turkey leg like that. That's some Dan Campbell.
Bite Jordan Love's kneecap.
Just go straight to the bone. He's like, I don't want no turkey meat. I'm going to eat the bone.
Instead of shaking hands after the game, just
just a chomp. Happy
told you I was
Thanksgiving.
going to do it, motherfucker.
Yeah, so that's Packers Lions. I think we're all locking in Lions. Is that a lock?
Lock of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Lock of the week.
I'll take that.
Well, Kansas City's game could potentially be.
I'll give it 2 locks of the
Or
week.
honestly,
then.
Dallas.
Yeah,
I
there's a
really
lot.
think Dallas could be.
I don't know.
You know, I'll call it my lock of the week. We'll
What?
put it at least this Lions Packers.
Okay.
Because Raiders Chiefs might be a little closer.
I'm-
I anticipate this one. Yeah,
I actually can't give you that face because look at your picks the last couple weeks. So.
right? I'm the genius. So, you don't get to give me those.
Then go put
scoffs.
money on it, asshole.
You know that I do every weekend.
All right. Next game.
Commanders Cowboys. This is Chase's team. They just barely got fucking dogged on. The Cowboys just did some dogging of their own. Thanksgiving Day, good old classic Cowboys versus Commanders.
Nope. Cowboys and Indians.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
should be called. but
Cowboys
Hey,
and
you
Indians.
fuck-
Commanders. What even is a commander? Like,
Star Wars.
Someone who commands an army.
Well, I was gonna
like an Indian?
I was
Or
gonna
is
say
No,
the
like
one
a
that took
commander in the army or the fucking any branch of the
I
military.
know, but are they trying to like say
Oh,
like
it's Cowboys
the
and-
commander of the tribe?
Well, no,
No.
what I
What?
love.
They're just because
No.
it's DC and that's where the whole government's based.
Yeah,
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's nothing
They
to
wanted
do
to-
with natives.
they want to
No,
do something with
fuck
the
no.
army or navy or some, salute back.
They're
Patriotic
talking about the
shit.
generals at one point,
Yeah.
bringing back the old XFL team name.
the
Yeah.
general.
Cowboys
Dude,
and Indians always will
What?
be.
Yeah, replace like the native team with just like our military.
The
That's
dude
how
who
we-
took the natives' land.
Yeah, for real. Like the people who jumped.
The natives
I
didn't
don't
even
know.
give a fuck about that. It was white people who wanted to
Yeah.
change.
No, it was people
Well-
who were like a fifth native. They're like, oh, that offends me.
Well,
It's like,
Wash-
okay, well, actual natives, they wear the merch. And
Washington
they
Yeah,
love
got
they don't
threatened
give a
with Washington got threatened with a lawsuit from some tribe saying if they don't change the name back, they're pushing against it. Yeah,
Dang.
Well,
I'd
That's
seen
how
it a
it
couple weeks
goes.
ago. I don't know if it's
So-
fully going through, but I had seen someone or some who was it? There was some
that
NFL
symbol,
dude.
that symbol was the portrait of an actual chief.
They did it to dedicate
Yeah.
to Native Americans. And,
Yeah.
Well, there's all these, like, I don't know if we should get into this,
no.
but yeah, all these
Yeah,
sensitive
I-
people.
I want to get canceled off the bat. We're just starting to get traction. LaCroix. We're starting to get traction out here. Bro. Who's not?
Yeah, just know that we don't appreciate that. But yeah, we won't get into it because we easily could. We could easily just roast the fuck out of you snowflakes who need this bullshit propaganda modern world. Ooh, it can't hurt anyone's feelings.
That's on
Yeah.
the Jabroni show after dark.
Jabroni's After
That's,
Dark.
That's coming out in the off season,
Just
baby.
get ready for that. We're doing the show shirtless. It's all hot
Here we
takes.
go.
No, after dark.
Okay.
Anyways,
subscribe to that one.
Cowboys Commanders, yeah, whatever the fuck, the Washington team versus the Dallas team. What you got, Chase?
Yeah, we got our shit beat by the Giants. It wasn't pretty. 6 fucking turnovers in one game. DeVito just had his fucking ways. Little Italian, yeah. I mean,
Love to see it.
I will say it's an amazing celebration for
Fucking
him.
hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Dallas 2 weeks ago beat down on the Giants. And in that game, they had 5 sacks. Washington, Sam Howell, he is his highest sack leader. Or highest sack QB.
No, he's at
Yeah.
like 53, and the next was like 38.
And last week they got
Jeez, it's
last
like
week-
Fields last year. Fuck.
last week they got 7 sacks on Carolina, beat down. Tony, but I don't see it changing. I think they're gonna sack Sam Howell a lot, and it's gonna force turnovers.
Micah Parsons.
Yeah, he's gonna. Our line sucks. I can't say anything on that. It's horrible. There isn't one decent pro piece. Every one of them has just not performed every week. It's sad.
That's what happens when you trade away your 2 best defensive linemen.
Regardless, CeeDee Lamb has also had one game in the since week 6 where he didn't get 100 yards. I don't see us stopping him. I think it's going to be a heyday for Dallas. The only pro for Washington really is the fact that Pollard hasn't really done much this year. He's had one game over 100 yards. I don't see him getting 100 yards with Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne there. I think that's the only good thing to look forward to is stopping a rush game, but I'm not very confident this week. It's sad.
That's the afternoon game, so you'll be in a food coma.
Yeah.
Anyways, dude. That one's at like 5 at night.
When it comes to Washington, I see us maximum winning one game the rest of the year. They've got a tough schedule. They've got Miami, Jets. Who are the other ones we were talking about? They played Dallas this week, another one. But
Y'all probably have the Eagles again. Oh, you already played them twice.
Yeah, but it's gonna. Oh, the Niners.
Ooh. Yeah.
So I think Washington's at this point. I'm praying.
Oh shit! You gotta play Chase Young.
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
I know.
A revenge game. Be like, fuck Chase Young. Let's win. I believe in them.
Yeah.
No,
well,
I don't.
If it's the last game of the year, they could probably win it because, in all reality, fucking Niners are gonna be sitting their starters.
yeah.
That's true.
It's not. I don't think it's the last game though. We played Dallas last week.
Okay,
It's
you
the
might
week
win that
before.
one then.
We did last year. Anyways, I don't think it's gonna be that close. Maximum, I'm taking Dallas 35-21.
Dang. 21. That's pretty generous too.
Okay.
Sorry.
They're gonna bench everyone after they get up 35. All right.
That's fair. On Thanksgiving, take a break. You
Yeah.
know? That's not how Dallas plays though. They'll start back
They
through
beat
the
down.
fourth.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They've almost dropped 50. 2 weeks in a row now?
They're kind of sadistic because they just can't beat good teams.
No, and that's
And then
the
when
thing.
they beat bad teams,
I
like,
will
"Let's
argue this.
fucking beat 'em."
I don't think Dak Prescott is shit. I mean, everyone's calling him an amazing quarterback. Look, he got 400 yards. He got touchdowns against who? The Panthers and the Giants. It's like, yeah, Sam Howell's getting a lot of yards, but he's not winning. The only thing Dallas has going for him with Dak Prescott is they're winning. He's not. I don't think Dak Prescott's that great. I really don't.
No, I mean he fits the role,
Yeah.
but when it comes down to put the team on your shoulders, he always chokes.
Yeah.
And they've been needing to get rid of Dak.
That's a
I've
Cowboy.
been saying that.
That's a Cowboys quarterback tradition.
Yeah.
Joking.
That's true. That's true too. We'll see if Trey Lance can ever step up to the plate. That would be interesting. I mean, if Dak doesn't perform in the playoffs this year, they're absolutely gonna have to go with Trey
I think if
Lance.
it's a first round exit, Dak's gonna end up next Jets QB.
Yeah.
I don't think A-Rod's coming back. I think he's.
A-Rod's trying to make a week 16
I-
come.
Dang,
I
last
doubt
week
he
you
will.
were saying Aaron is coming back.
No, I know, but I've been seeing a lot of stuff on it. I think even if he says he can come back, they won't let him. They're
Dang.
not going to risk it. But
That's kind of a waste of a year, man.
yeah, I know.
The Jets are used to
Well,
it.
it's
They've
a
been
young
wasting
team
last
too.
20.
It's a really young team. I don't see a reason to rush Aaron Rodgers back. I mean, aside from him being old as shit, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
You can always play that next year game
Yeah.
as a football team.
yeah.
Always next year.
Always next year.
So
play
yeah,
that-
you said
play that every year.
35-21 Cowboys.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do my pick next. I'm also gonna go with the Cowboys. I think they want to eat their turkey on Thanksgiving just as much as anyone. And if history serves us right, the Cowboys have always won this matchup on Thanksgiving. Am I right, guys? Yeah, yeah. That's a pretty good one. He's got like
Yeah,
a
if
courtesy
they were-
chuckle and
if
like
they were
confused stares.
if they were Cowboys and not fucking Pilgrims.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
it's the same thing. Maybe it's just the
It's
Patriots.
really not.
no.
Damn it! Come on.
Cowboys back in the Wild West days were murderous fucking criminals. Pilgrims were murderous fucking criminals, but they prayed.
But they had nowhere else to go. Shit, bro. Too much history, and Thanksgiving is just a great holiday if you don't think about it. That's how it goes.
That's any holiday in any country, though. There's some fucked up shit behind it, you know?
Jackson, what are you? Fuck you. What? Give us your pick. All right, Cowboys.
What, you just all that? You
Sorry.
just skip over me? What the fuck?
I mean,
I just yawned.
whoever wants next, but Jackson's over here complaining,
What am I complaining about?
yawning so angrily. Fuck
I'm
you.
not trying to make a noise.
All right, I'm gonna say Cowboys 38, Commanders 21. So just a
That's
little
close.
close to yours, but a little further for the Cowboys.
I'm gonna say a lot lower.
Let me do, so for whatever godforsaken reason you guys keep thinking Emmanuel Forbes can lock down number one receivers,
I hate it.
all they're doing is shaking his confidence going forward.
Yeah.
They're like, no, keep putting him out there, baptism by fire. You're just scaring the fuck out of the kid.
Yeah.
AJ Brown lit him up twice. Fucking DJ Moore really lit him up. Now he's going into a matchup with CeeDee Lamb.
That's having a fire
Yeah.
last couple weeks.
Fucking bro, just double coverage. Stop ruining the kid's career already. You picked him 14th overall, and you're already like giving him PTSD.
Well, the sad thing about it is they played him the first week of Philly, benched. We play Philly again. Played him on AJ Brown, benched again. The only game that he's had decent is against Seattle and New England. New England, he had an amazing game.
Why'd they let him finish the game against DJ Moore?
I hate Jack Del Rio, man.
I'm just gonna say thank you because he broke a lot of records that night.
I know.
They were not expecting that last touchdown though. Like no one.
That was fucking nuts,
And
bro.
you were even like, why the fuck are we doing? Oh,
Dude,
okay.
that's been a thing in the
Okay.
league in general, though. People are like passing on 3rd and 2.
Yeah.
You notice
That's-
that shit? Like,
that's
why are
Washington's main game plan.
Tricky.
They were
dude? Everyone does it now. It makes no sense. This is bullshit analytics, fucking
Yeah.
shit.
You gotta be tricky with it. It kind of works. I mean, the Broncos used it. They got that 4th down conversion, and
That was
Bunch
such
of
like that was doing way
dude,
too
I was
much,
so
though.
scared,
That
bro.
was doing
I
way
was
too
like,
much.
please, no, you're the Broncos. You're a punting team. Like, please. And then they got it. I was
I
like,
love that.
thank fuck.
You should get that made into a T-shirt. Just,
punt first team.
We're a punting squad, bro.
we are a punting team. I can see you coaching them. We are a punting team. Play safe. Play it safe.
We play 2 downs. The 3rd down's maybe a run. And there's a punt. There's a punt after that.
That's my game plan. Even if we get the 1st down, we're punting. You better
Punting in the
score-
red zone.
You better
Fuck
score
it.
in 3 plays or you're fucked.
Dude, that's
It's
how
bold
you
strategy.
force the players to prove themselves. You pick the punter as your favorite. Like, no, we love the punter. Give him more reps.
Dude, me and Ethan have discussed fantasy punters.
Yeah.
Fantasy punters.
That would be sick.
You get 5 points for every 10 yards they kick.
Really.
Right? Everyone be picking up like the fucking Jets punter and shit.
He lit. Commanders punter, even Bears punter.
Travis
Shit.
White.
Carolina's punter.
Yeah, Carolina's. Oh shit! Now we're talking.
Oh my god. You can win the
No,
Shit.
he doesn't get a lot of work because Bryce Young throws so many interceptions. He doesn't really get work.
Like, save it for the punter, Bryce.
It's hard to get work when your fucking quarterback just keeps throwing away. But back to what I was saying. No offense, no faith in Emmanuel
that's
Forbes over
fine.
fucking CeeDee Lamb. This is not going to be pretty. Hasn't been pretty all year against legitimate number 1 receivers. So, and your 2 best run stoppers are gone. Tony Pollard has only had 100 yards 1 game this year.
I think
He'll do it. Yeah, he'll do it again. I just don't see any way you guys possibly stop them. It's barring a miracle of some sort, again, no offense, I don't see it. Especially in Jerry World.
In Jerry World.
Oh, fuck.
I think if we were in Washington, it'd be a lot different. But the fact that we're in Dallas on Thanksgiving, I think it's just going to be a beatdown.
Yeah,
I mean, it's repeated history.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I feel like a disappointed parent right now.
I know.
Taking Dallas.
Just like,
I feel like the kid that's getting yelled at by everyone. Getting told how shitty he is.
You're Emmanuel Ford, bro.
give me Dallas. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with the same score as my Lions Packers game, 35-10, Dallas.
35-10.
I'm not far off from that, to be honest.
Oh,
Because you got to. Bro, Micah Parsons, Stephon Gilmore, DeMarco or something Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence. I don't remember his first name.
Leighton Vander Esch.
Yeah, Leighton Vander Esch, Curse. And then offense, you got CeeDee Lamb, Turpin. I think Pollard's going to have I think he's going to have at least 80 yards.
Schumacher hasn't been bad.
See, 80 yards is big for Pollard.
I know, but I'm just saying, I think offense-wise, that's going to be a completely spread game. I don't have any confidence in
I
your...
have an argument.
What?
Sam Howell's 1-0 against Dallas. Last year we played Dallas. Sam Howell performed amazing. It was week 18. No Dallas players played, but
Wait, Sam Howell didn't play last year.
they did.
I did.
He
was
played a
rookie
couple
last year.
games. He was a
Weeks-
rookie.
What? I thought he was a rookie this year.
No.
He was rookie last year.
The
Last year.
fuck? All right.
That's my argument.
They haven't played him yet?
No, this is our first time this year, and then we're playing week 18 again
You want to put $10
That's
on
an
it?
interesting
on the
argument.
game.
Yeah.
On what?
Dallas.
I
On the
took
winner?
Dallas to win.
I know, but
I'm
you
going
said
6-0
Sam.
this week.
But you said Sam Howell beat Dallas,
You did
so you want to put money on it
Sam
that
Howell.
he
On this-
repeats.
$5.
Dang,
$100.
$5.
No, I'm not putting $100.
$100.
I'll do $5.
Hey,
Let's do it.
Let's let Jackson finish his
Yeah.
Do we need to?
35-14.
35-14. How
Guys, have a
generous.
little faith.
No.
I said 21, so I was being
Yeah,
nice.
thank you.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Dotson might have a decent game.
No.
So those are the Thanksgiving games. There's also a Seahawks 49ers, but somebody didn't want to talk about that one.
It wasn't just me, you fuck.
It was.
It was mostly
You
I
had
said
temper tantrum till we canceled it.
Yeah.
Dude.
He sat there and pouted like
Yeah, I
Eeyore.
gave
And he didn't bring us fucking Red Bull.
And he didn't
again.
You
bring
want
the
to
Red
talk
Bull.
about our boss? How about you want to talk about it?
I like my job.
No,
I hate it.
you're just
Yeah.
supposed to steal the Red Bull. It's not up to your boss. You just grab that shit.
You already
No.
have another job working with Ethan.
Yeah, I am your job.
Yeah.
This is your job. Jabronis show.
Jabronis.
Okay, so our last matchup that we don't have any fanhood in is this Jaguars Texans. We're hot on the Texans now with CJ Stroud being the rookie sensation, and the Jaguars are still a pretty up there team in contention. The last time these two plays,
Sunshine.
Exactly.
Sorry, I had to get that in.
Every time.
last time these two played, Texans
Fucking
won 37-17. Jaguars are arguably a better team than the Texans overall this year, but they're yet to prove it against the Texans. So, Jackson, how about you bust the cap for us on this one? Texans, Jaguars, what you got?
Dude, I'm taking the Texans in this one. I'm liking it because I'm pretty sure it's in Houston, right? Yeah. So
Yes.
CJ Stroud last week, yes, he had 3 picks last week, but he had 336 yards, 2 tutties. Singletary had another big week, 112 yards, a tutty. And this is I'm pretty sure if I'm not wrong, a very young team, like mostly rookies. Nico Brown, Tank Dell are rookies, right?
Yeah.
CJ
then-
Stroud as well?
Yeah, and then Dalton Schultz is pretty young into the.
Yeah, he just got signed over from
Dallas.
Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he's in his 4th year or something.
Yeah, and like Schultz has been super consistent with him. Like he's been a pretty big target with them, and he always gets a tutty. He had a tutty last week. The week before he didn't have one, but the week before I think he had 1 or 2. But Stroud is one of the most consistent quarterbacks in the league right now, and he's just a rookie.
Except last week.
Except last week.
Can you repeat that again for Ahmed, who tried to tell me Bryce Young was a better quarterback before the draft? So can you
Dude,
one more
CJ's
time?
I genuinely think if you went to redraft
Oh, that's an
Quarterback?
easy. That's a
No,
no-brainer.
no.
Ahmed.
Like, no, in quarterbacks in general, I'm sure he'd be in one of the top players picked right now. And like, if you went to redraft out of QBs in most last couple of
Like
years,
a fantasy draft with the whole NFL? Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking about?
I'm thinking he could probably get picked.
It's
in the
Crazy
high.
is if
No,
that's
but he's-
already a thing.
But no, like, fucking, God damn it. But
Well,
I'm
he's saying
following
like
you.
active
Yeah.
QB
I'm
starters.
following you.
Yeah,
I
that's-
think he could get picked top 10. Honestly.
I'd see it just because he's young.
Well, not even because he's young, dude. Look at the way he's playing. He's had he's tied with Tom Brady's record. Well, before he had the 3 picks, 14 tutties, 1 interception. We talked about that. He's always consistent on yards. When he played the Bengals, he had 356 yards in a tutty. And he always throws Nico Brown, Collins, and Dell always spread. Tank Dell had, when he played the Bengals, he had 56 yards in tutty. Brown had 172 yards this last week. Dell had 149 yards. Collins had 65 yards. Like, it's all spread. Then Singletary is having the year of his career actually in Houston, because Dameon Pierce, since his rookie year, even though it was only last year, he hasn't done shit. And he was hurt, but even when he was in, he wasn't producing much.
He's been doing dog shit on
So,
the fantasy team too.
That team
I thought he
is
was a steal. I thought it was like a late round steal. And I was like,
Facts.
no, he's
Shit,
just
he
a
was for
poison.
me last year.
But
He was
This-
last year. Yeah, it was nice.
this game's going to be close just because it is T-Law with ETN and Zay Jones, and Calvin Ridley had a big game last week with 2 tutties. In Houston, though, with the culture of Houston and, like, the rally behind that team, I think it's going to be, let's do a high-scoring affair, though, because that's what seems to be close shootouts with Houston. Let's do 30... No. 31-34. Houston.
34-31. Very nice.
I like it a lot.
Well, I'll take it next. Yeah, so the Jaguars just coming off of a very good performance. Trevor Lawrence, he went 24 for 32, 262 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks, and 2 rushing touchdowns. He kind of stole all the rushing hype from ETN last week. ETN off of 14 carries, only 52 yards. So not exactly his normal stuff, but it was more of a pass-heavy game, and then T-Law was taking all the rushing touchdowns for himself. Calvin Ridley popped off. He's been inconsistent, but every now and then he's had elite games. He had one last week, 7 receptions, 103 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The Jaguars are looking good, and if Calvin Ridley's looking good, the Jaguars are looking really good. It's kind of up to him, because when Calvin Ridley's actually a threat, then Zay Jones becomes more of a threat. Then Evan Ingram's becomes more of a threat. But
So
if
does
Calvin
Christian Kirk.
and Kirk, yeah, that's who I'm leaving out. And I mean, they're really running a lot like what the Commanders want to be with their speedy setup with Jahan, with McLaren, and
Samuel.
Curtis Samuel. And the Jaguars are actually just doing it right. So I don't have a lot of faith in the yeah, sorry, bro. Sorry,
What a
bro.
kick to the goodies.
The Texans, I'm not too convinced on the Texans yet. Their defense has not been it. It's their offense that wins them games. They're all these high-scoring shootouts with the Texans. And especially since they beat the Jaguars in the first outing, I think the Jaguars have a little more piss and vinegar brewing inside of them. So they're going to be playing pretty pissed compared to the Texans, who are like, ooh, on this high of a rookie quarterback who's balling out. Jaguars have kind of fallen out of the spotlight, and now they're just trying to, kind of budge their way back in. I'm going to have to take the Jaguars in this one. I don't have a lot of faith in C.J. Stroud, especially after last week against the Cardinals, is how he played against, like, the worst team right now. So coming into this week,
I don't know about that one.
I don't think the
I was gonna
Texans
say-
suck. Yeah, I mean, they're bottom 3, the
They're
Cardinals.
bottom 3, but not bottom.
Not the
bottom.
worst.
Kyler
There's-
Murray back? I don't.
Kyler Murray back does change.
Kyler Murray's
things.
a big difference, even though it's not like in the win column, that the way the team's performing. It's better
But
than
even he got shut down defensively. He threw 3 picks against the defense that, I mean, I guess has shut down the Cowboys.
Their
randomly,
defense isn't
but-
really their problem.
No.
For
I'm like, they
Arizona.
got rid of
Yeah.
the poison of Isaiah Simmons in that defense, and then it's led by Budda Baker. They got I don't want to say decent O line, or D line, but they're big.
But what do they have, 2 wins on the year? Like, they're not.
It's not pretty.
They're not.
They're
good
not
at all.
pretty, but they're getting closer and tighter. They're gonna pull one.
Yeah, I
out.
don't think they go
I think
winless.
I think they can pull at 1 or 2 possibly.
But regardless, C.J. Stroud, who's been balling out. I mean, he beat the Bengals, who have not been there. He beat the Bucks, who aren't really that good either. They're bottom half of the league, in my opinion. And he barely pulled one out against the Cardinals. I don't think he's gonna really perform against this hot Jaguars team. So I still think it'll be a closer one, but I think the Jaguars will eventually put the hammer down. Give me the Jaguars 24, Texans 20.
24-20?
24-20. Jaguars.
I don't know if I
And you
agree.
picked Texans, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with you on that statement with how they play and what teams they've taken, like the Bengals and shit.
Dude, the
'Cause, like,
Bengals are
no,
good,
but
bro.
the thing, it was in Cincy and the whole team was healthy at that point, and they had a lead.
Remember, you even, against your
I
gut,
know. I
wanted...
even said I wanted Texans, but I took the Bengals. But in that case, though, it's not a bad team. And the Buccaneers at the beginning of the year, like when I went to that game, they were 4-2.
So here's my thing with the Bengals. They showed up to that one primetime game against the Bills, and they shut them down. But the Bills are at this point where they're also not even, like, you talk about the Bills, and instantly everyone's like, oh, okay, so we got a good game. They're past that point. They're not that good anymore. And that's how the Bengals have had that same kind of like, oh, last 2 years we've been good. No, they're in the same spot as the Bills. They're flirting with 500 right now. Neither of them are that good. That's the one good Bengals game I've seen was against the Bills. Everything else they've done, I mean, Joe Burrow's been in and out. It's just
He's out now.
they're not impressive. And so for the Texans to beat the Bengals, I don't think said a lot. And to beat the Buccaneers definitely didn't say
But didn't you
anything.
take the Bengals in that?
I did. And
Yeah,
I'm not
but
saying that I'm
also-
super smart.
No,
but
yeah. No, that's also that. But you think they're on high road with QB. They're also fighting for they're in the playoffs right now in the 7th seed. They want to stay in that, and they got fire rolling under that. But yes, they could slip this one because they did beat T-Law. But you also think when it comes to big games that we think we're going to win, like the Jaguars, I thought this one. Jags and Niners. I thought it was going to be close. Jags are going to win. They got their ass fucking
picked
pummeled.
it right.
Yeah, I
no,
was on the
got
wrong
my
side of
ass-
that
yeah,
one too.
I got my ass pummeled, and my dad called me a little bitch for it. So it's like
You
if
have
this-
to fight your
I
dad.
mean,
now
you never know.
Thanksgiving.
It's pro football. It could come down to some special
'Cause
teams player winning the game. Like,
T-Law-
you never know.
T-Law's a damn good quarterback, and he's very well smart. And with he's veteran and young and speedsters. And the way they run their football is just how Commanders want to do it and just can't.
Quit bringing me into this, bro.
But the Texans also have that raw dog kind, not like the longest yard mean machine, but they can fucking handle business if they want to, and they can.
They've got the hype behind them, but I just don't. They haven't proven themselves.
I say
yet.
this would be a toss-up of the week.
This is their
I can say
test,
this one, yeah.
honestly.
So what do you
See
got
how good
then?
they really
No,
are.
I'm taking the Texans either way, but I'm saying either one.
It could go either way.
Even America probably wouldn't even know.
I'll double that. Yeah, this toss up of the week, but I'm taking Jags.
What are you thinking, Kev? Because you haven't picked yet.
I'm gonna go Jags 35, Texans 24.
35-24. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Another team Jags.
Whoa.
Case.
Is
what you
there?
got?
Okay.
I think it's going to come down to if they can get ETN involved again. The last 2 weeks, he hasn't been fully there. If they do, I've got Jacksonville, but as of right now, I'm going to rep Houston 28-21.
My
Dang.
dog. Dab me up, you fuck.
I'm at
Jesus.
2-4.
That
You
was
think
like the
these
most
two-
awkward
Dab me up, you
shit, bro.
fuck.
Jesus.
You want
Thinking
to see
these
how
two-
it's done?
My
This
dog.
is how it's done.
God.
You don't gotta
See-
say. You don't gotta call him a fuck when
Is
you're
it
trying
because
to dab him
is it
up.
because I fucking said something about the Commanders?
Yes, leave me alone, all of you.
You're just
God.
copycatting my point. Like, come up with your own points. All right, fuck that game. Big game, big time matchup. Browns versus Broncos. The battle of the defenses. This one should be a good game. Russell Wilson, all right,
God damn it.
top
Here we go.
5 quarterback.
Is this your hot take?
As
that
of
you're talking
right the
about?
fuck now. It's not even a hot
As of
take.
right the
No,
fuck
it's a
now.
hot take.
It's a fact.
It's a hot take.
It's a fun fact.
It's a fun fact.
Russell Wilson, he's 3rd in passer rating among quarterbacks. He's 3rd in passing touchdowns. He's got the 7th best completion percentage. A few guys on that list haven't started all year. Speaking of starting all year, Russell Wilson has started 10 games this season with only 4 picks. In that category, among other starting QBs, he has the best statistics. He has the least amount of picks ratioed out with the amount of games he's played. Russell Wilson is playing some damn good football, and just because he's not putting up all these numbers and keeping up in the passing yards conversation, all that, he's winning them games. We're on a 4-game win streak right now, and you can call it luck because, I mean, these are one-score games, and it's Cortland Sutton barely staying in bounds, catching a touchdown. But Russell Wilson's the one completing those passes, and it's not to a player on the other team.
He's done it before.
He makes crazy passes.
Russell Wilson makes those fucking throws.
I mean, he's been there. Yeah, Tyler Lockett was the other guy
that shit was whack, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was like a point.
It was like a 0.013% chance of that shit being a fucking tutty.
Yeah. And then Cortland Sutton's was like that much
he's done
less
that before.
likely to happen.
I'm like, dude, he's done. I swear to God, he's done that more than once this year.
And speaking of Cortland Sutton, he's now outright second place in receiving touchdowns in the NFL. He's only one behind Tyreek Hill. I really hope he wins that race. That'd be awesome. Oh my God, I'd shout it through the fucking hallways, bro. Cortland Sutton's leading receiving touchdowns. He's second, though. I'm still happy about that. Let's fucking go.
He's second.
Still good.
For now.
If you ain't first, you're last, man.
Last week, we had 7 players with 2 or more receptions. We beat the Vikings by 1 point in prime time. We got it done against Mr. Pastronaut Joshua Dobbs. It's a good game, bro. It just feels good. Feels good.
You guys
Coming
also
off a win.
got rid of your dirty player.
Yeah, Kareem Jackson got suspended for the second time.
Wasn't that his first game back?
Yeah, it was his first game back.
Christ.
They shortened his suspension because they decided to go easy on him. First game back, he gets suspended again, which I actually disagree with. He was going for the ball. He caused a fumble,
but he
which
lowered
actually
his helmet. That's why.
It changed. It resulted with us scoring. Like how else do you help the team? You know,
But I think it was the only reason.
I don't think it was that dangerous. You've seen the video though, right? What do you guys think of that hit?
I haven't seen it.
There was.
Oh damn. What do you guys think of the hit?
I think it's because of the helmet with players getting injured a lot, like with Tua and stuff.
Tua,
the NFL's
DeMar,
changing. You're not gonna see any more Sean Taylor hits or who else?
Ray Lewis, bro.
Ray Lewis.
That's the thing.
No one can be that good at defense anymore.
No, even Tom Brady.
You're not allowed to play defense, or it's gonna get called. I mean, did you guys see what week was it?
Fletcher Cox get called Monday night for some shit.
Even offense, you can't play running back anymore.
Yeah, Washington had a sack on a quarterback. I can't remember what week it was, and they called it a roughing the passer, a clean sack.
Yeah, I saw that.
I know.
And they called it roughing the passer. I can't remember. It was one of our earlier ones, but it pisses me off. I understand, helping the health of the players and stuff, but
it's a fucking game that
they're playing pass now. You can't.
They're profiting thousands of dollars too. I mean, the way I see it,
they can pay the medical bills. They're fine.
Yeah, if the trade-off is you go brain dead in your 60s, well, guess what? You lived a richer, more lifestyle than a lot of people ever see. Yeah. So
and again,
why not?
It's not the people involved in it who are complaining, like the Redskins thing.
Yeah.
It's other people. You look at these guys who played in the league and now have these problems, and you ask them, would you do it again? And they're like, yes.
Yeah.
Because they fucking enjoyed what they did. They were fucking gladiators.
That's the point of the game.
Up till about 15 years ago, and then it was like, that guy hit his head. Holy fuck, we need to take him to see a doctor. Yeah. No, he didn't get a concussion. He just got his bell rung. Oh, well, take him out for 6 games anyways.
Yeah,
even Tom Brady said, is the physical aspect of this game anywhere near it's supposed to be and how it was back then? He's like, absolutely not. Back in the day when Ray Lewis was in the middle of the field, you don't fucking do that because if you do, you're going to be missing your wide receiver or anything for the next 4 weeks, and he's carried out on a stretcher.
He said you never throw it over the middle with Ray Lewis, ever. Or you're losing your wide receivers on your roster. That's how you lose them. But that's the aspect of the game. You got to be
that's the terrifying part. Yeah. That's the point of the game. That's what people grew up. You grew up watching us looking up highlights on fucking YouTube, all that shit. That was what got us into football. And now we're watching a flag football fucking Pro Bowl.
I think it's funner to watch.
I mean, the Pro Bowl.
No, but I'm just saying.
The Pro Bowl was stupid to me.
I'm just saying all of that shit, and now look where it is now. It's fucking retarded.
Yeah. Well, and now Hey,
I like the games though. Like I like all
Watch
the
it.
dodgeball and all that though.
I was gonna say, I say they keep
What?
like little side games, like mud
Yeah, the
wrestling with the
dodgeball's
NFL
fun.
players.
Such a
like, that would be on.
dumbass, bro.
Could you
Mud
imagine?
wrestling
the
with
R
the,
word.
with
No,
the
hear me out. You got
cheerleaders, baby. I'll take on the whole Dallas Cowboys cheerleading squad. Let's go.
No, I was hoping to see like a big dude like Jalen Carter and some other. What's another big lineman? Or what was
Dominican
the,
Sue.
what was the Browns lineman?
Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett.
No, the offensive lineman. That
Holter?
you're talking about
Joe Thomas.
the huge dude that was like always athletic. He could do
Oh,
whatever.
Dwan Johnson.
Put him in a mud pit. Let him wrestle.
Or Dwan Jones.
Pro Bowl.
All right.
Let's do it.
That sounds like a Pro Bowl.
I
to me.
do like the
Shit.
A
Pro
bunch
Bowl
of
games,
big-
like the dodgeball and
Yeah.
shit, and when they have the kickers throwing passes.
I
And
like the
quarterbacks
driving
kicking and
contest.
shit.
You guys seen the driving contest?
No, I didn't see that.
It's like a golf drive, you
Oh.
know, and they're just all trying to Happy Gilmore it. Like, and they're just trash, bro.
Some of them actually like golf in the off season.
Oh yeah.
All the
Like
people
TJ
who did
Watt
the
and
Pro
JJ
Bowl, though,
Watt.
they do not.
No.
No, Mahomes is actually pretty good at golf.
Oh yeah,
I saw he
goes
hit
and
like
plays
a-
in that classic.
I
hit like a pitch in.
Yeah, I was about to say that. He hit that dude in the fucking rib cage with one.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, dude.
The golf ball?
Yeah, dude. He fucking hit it off the tee box and he hit a kid in the fucking rib cage out of bounds, and then he went and signed it for him and felt bad.
Sounds
I
like
would've-
Mahomes-esque shit. All right, let's get back to the
Yeah.
topic at hand. Taking all night here. Fuck.
All right.
Broncos, Browns. On the Browns side of the ball, they don't really have a quarterback right now. Dorian Thompson Robinson is their
Rookie out of
starter.
UCLA.
Joe
Rookie.
Flacco, baby.
They just signed Joe Flacco. We won't see him this week, most likely, but you never know. Maybe this Dorian Thompson Robinson is terrible, and they just need to shove Big Dick Joe right in there,
Big Dick Joe.
save the thing. Miles Garrett had 2 sacks last week. The Browns defense played pretty well. I mean, anytime you're winning a game 13-10, you can credit your defense more than anybody. They did just play the Steelers, though, so that isn't the greatest
Who
offense.
just fired their OC this morning.
Yeah, that's nice.
Is this in Denver?
I don't see this as even a scary
Yeah, it's in
matchup.
Denver.
I mean, the Browns defense is nice, but so is the Broncos defense.
But you were just saying last week that Cleveland's defense is one of the, like, if not best in the league. What do you mean? You're just saying it's nice.
Well, they're playing the Broncos.
Okay, they're good, but the Broncos defense is good too. And when it
Yeah,
comes to a
fair.
good defense versus good defense, it's whichever offense goes first. And tell me the Broncos offense isn't amazing, but compared to the Browns offense,
Browns offense have
it's a
weapons.
no-brainer.
It's not going to be a
Weapon
shootout,
names?
though.
No.
It's not a shootout. I'm thinking another game in the teens. Like
I think
the
this
Browns
is a
had
game-winning
last week.
field goal. Another situation.
I'm with Jackson on this.
honestly.
I think it's going to be another close, low.
But
That's
that
how-
comes down to
that's
your
how
offense moving the ball.
Yeah, I'm like, that's how Cleveland's been winning, but they have names on their roster and people backups for like Nick Chubb, like Ford, doing their fair share. But the quarterback issue is going to be interesting. But I honestly do see they could put in fucking Flacco. But also, their rookie is not doing bad for him getting the win last week. Yes, it's over who they played last week. I don't know.
Steelers.
Yeah, the Steelers.
You
But-
can't ever say that about Steelers, though.
Yeah.
No
No,
matter
but their
how
defense is
bad
nuts,
their
bro.
team is,
No,
it's
but
just
their
because
defense
Mike
is all-
Tomlin factor.
Yeah, but I'm just
It's,
saying the Pittsburgh defense is nothing to shame.
Yeah.
And so for a rookie to come out and win, yes, off a game-winning field goal, it's still
So let me
Good.
put it this way, because the Browns, their style of football is defensive, get fumbles, get field
run the
goals.
damn ball
Run it.
Yeah. The Broncos, they can dance in that format
and fumble.
all day long. Sure, they can fumble. That's a scary part, sure. But they can dance in that format all day long. They play those low-scoring defenses, too. I mean, that's how they beat the Vikings. That's how they beat the Chiefs. That's how they beat... That's how most of their wins
I'm
have
like,
come
that's
this
how
year.
also their losses have been is just one-score games. So
That's more last year.
no,
That's how it
even the
happened this
Chiefs
year.
both times, dude. It was what?
Yeah, the Chiefs game was
9-18.
pretty low
It was
score.
weird.
Washington.
And then you guys beat us again or beat us this following. So it's just
So the Steelers,
these are
on
both
the other
one
end of
score.
that, the Steelers are just kind of a accidentally get the win type of team versus the Broncos. That's exactly where they like to hang out, is that low scoring defensive game. I still think the Broncos have the edge, even if the Browns take it down to this, under 10 type game.
Is this in Denver?
It is
Yeah.
in Denver, so there's home field shit too. With the way that Russell's been playing and just Cortland Sutton almost guaranteed a touchdown every week.
You're going to say that, and I put him in. Now
He's had like 2 weeks without a touchdown. And you're right, I say that. And, I mean, he's probably pretty due to not have a touchdown.
Jerry Judy's finally
Judy's been
getting
moving.
something,
Slowly
Yeah,
going
Steve Smith, you fucking jag off.
Don't mention Steve Smith. Fuck that guy. Troutman did a little bit. I mean, we had 7 players with 2 or more receptions. That's the key. Sam J. Perrine, whatever the fuck.
Samaje
Perine.
That's what it is, yeah.
Wait, what? Say it again?
Samaje Perine.
He did great. He's our check down back. We don't even have a
didn't know
run
that,
game
so
right now, but we do
it's a
have
good
a
thing I
check
didn't fucking
down
say it.
and screen type game. Fuck you, bro.
No, I'm saying it's a good thing I didn't
No,
say
I
that
know. I
fucking
didn't
name.
listen. I was trying to talk. That's what I'm saying. Fuck you for.
You're saying you're a good third down team? I think that's where
Screens,
you
yeah,
left
you
said
off for
screens.
screens.
We run screens. We're not very good at rushing. I mean, Javonte Williams can be tough, but he's not. He as a rookie, he could go in every play and bust out and make a play. Versus right now, he's just every now and then a little bit of life. He's not.
He's
great.
had some injuries though.
Yeah, and he's been hurt a lot.
He tore
But
his ACL. didn't he?
Shamaje, we hit him downfield nice and quick, and these screen passes to Judy. That's how we get our run game going. It's not just a trap offense, run it down the middle. We don't have that option, so that's kind of what we're stuck with. And against the Browns, I'm okay with that because the Browns are not someone you like to run straight down the middle against. All this stuff is going towards the Broncos. I don't have anything great to say about the Browns except that their defense can keep them in games. So that all being said, let me just take the Broncos at 17, Browns 10.
You motherfucker.
Still your score.
Yeah.
The thing is, that defense, it's Myles Garrett. They got, what is the one who got traded from Minnesota? What's his name?
Oh,
It's not Hunter,
shit.
so I don't
The
remember.
Darius Smith.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
who it is.
Smith. They got Denzel Ward, Amari Cooper on offense. Yes, they signed Joe Flacco, but that's a veteran. Then Jerome Ford, who's been amazing as a running back for them, and then Kareem Hunt as a third down. He's been good this year, bro.
He's a solid replacement, but he hasn't been amazing.
He's been pretty reliable for the Browns,
Yeah, I mean,
I think
he
he's
hasn't
been
lost
well
them
over.
games, but he hasn't won them games either.
but he's also put up his fair share of rushing yards to put it down their throat and win games. But, I mean, I really don't know if Javonte, for him to be dangerous, if he gets to the second level, that dude's pretty damn good. But he hasn't seen, I mean, from what I've watched, I haven't seen him break second level.
Yeah, he's been
But-
pretty weak this year.
I mean, I don't even know, bro. Depending on who they play, I'm gonna take.
Playing the Broncos.
Well, I'm saying quarterback. Oh my god. I have faith in Cleveland's D, but to keep it close, I'm gonna take Denver, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna somewhat copy you 17-14.
Okay. I guess that's Kevin next by the.
Oh, son of a-
Well, it's just this fucker steals my score.
I'm sorry.
He just stole mine.
I just had to peek over at your paper. I didn't know what to pick.
But yeah, just like you said, the Broncos defense is good. Cleveland's defense is good. It comes down to what offense shows up. And I have more faith in. I never thought I'd be saying this after last year's disaster, but I have more faith in a Russell Wilson-led offense than some random asshole
five
out of
quarterback.
UCLA offense.
Top 5 quarterback.
Or possibly a
Without a doubt.
50-year-old Joe Flacco. And plus, the Broncos are at home. So, yeah, give me the Broncos 17-10.
Yeah. Copying my score, I see.
No, motherfucker. You just got to go first, you jag off. You're up, kid. Now I took your line. Now I'm telling who to go next, huh? Fuck you.
No, I love what
What's
Sean
your score on the next game?
I love what Sean Payton's been doing with this team. First half of the year, I was really shaky on it, but I mean, him and Wilson have been connecting, figuring stuff out. I don't think it's not going to be a blowout. I mean, neither team is going to be able to dominate with both defenses being as good as they are. Shit. I'm going to go 2023 Denver.
2023.
Nice. Oh yeah. That's the
I do
year.
think Cleveland's getting a defensive touchdown, though.
Damn it.
I mean, Russell Wilson is kind
I-
of due for one,
I-
though. It's been a minute.
throw a
I don't
pick.
even think it'll be a pick. I could see Myles Garrett somehow sacking it, stripping it, picking it up and go. Or Denzel Ward pick.
That's fair. I
Either
mean, he
way.
is third in taking sacks this year.
Yeah.
too.
He's gonna go.
He's
in
going to
between
get
the
pressure
legs.
on him with, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good prediction, honestly. But fuck you. Did Jackson say it? Yeah,
Yes.
everyone.
Yeah, he
got
did.
it.
Yeah,
Everyone.
All right, up next, Raiders Chiefs, another in division rivalry. It's not even much of a game, but I mean, it's one that we have to cover because Jackson.
The Raiders
Yeah.
usually play him well, though.
I was going to say, and Raiders
it's in
have been
Allegiant
playing
Stadium.
decent, even if they're not fully winning. Their new coach, I'm liking how he's doing it. They're getting Devontae Adams more involved again.
Do you really think
Smoking
the Raiders are gonna
blunts
win?
in the locker room.
Yeah,
Do you really think the Raiders are gonna win?
I think it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
No, the Chiefs had a pretty disappointing game last night against the Eagles. The Chiefs, I mean, Mahomes had 2 tutties and a pick, but he only threw 177 yards. Pacheco only could run 89 yards. Kelsey had 44 yards and a tutty, but then our backup tight end Justin Watson or receiver, he looked pretty small, but either way, he led our receiving for 53 yards and a tutty. That's not what we can. And we lead the NFL in drops by our wide receivers. Look at the MVS dropping. Even before the tutty that he dropped, we were all dropping the damn ball. Kelsey fumbled. Oh, it's not what we play. And if we play like that, we're gonna fall to teams like we could fall to teams like the Raiders. But I think we might honestly have a bounce back game and show the dominance that we have over the Raiders.
They better. I got
I was
95
gonna
bucks
say.
on this game.
Really.
Yeah.
And
You're paying that out of pocket if they lose.
But in Allegiant Stadium, it's gonna be in the black hole. It's gonna be interesting. I think though, honestly, Kansas City could pull away with it in the second half. I think it'll be a close, tight first half. Kind of that's how it's most been. Or they pull away in the first half and then they almost choke it in the very end of it. Look like Miami. But I'm taking the score. Let's do with hopefully no. Everyone can catch the damn ball. Maybe have 1 or 2 drops max. Let's do 28-10 Kansas City.
Dang, 10 from the Raiders.
Yeah, and I think the only person that scores is Devontae. I bet Devontae will have 1.
Fucking
Is it
Raiders,
still-
my fantasy isn't doing shit this year.
He had 1 last week.
Is
so.
it still Aiden O'Connell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Farva,
O'Connell's-
baby.
He ain't
Dude,
doing
he's been-
shit against Spagnolo. That's where I'm
No,
at.
dude. And like,
It's a quarterback
Cur-
situation, and the Raiders
and our
are a great
quarterbacks-
all-around team, but if they just don't got a quarterback, so
I don't know.
We just
I mean,
seen-
he does have less interceptions than Patrick Mahomes.
For
I think
some-
that's a very valid factor.
that's a good point.
the thing is though, with our secondary, we cover great off the end, but all of a sudden when the play breaks down, over the middle always gets fucking open. With Willie Gay, like Devontae Smith, all he had to do was just sit over the middle and he'd get a first down if they was late third down or anything. If you watch the game,
Well, that's the
So-
difference of Nick Bolton being out.
yeah, and I mean, yeah, Nick Bolton is a big loss, but with our secondary and Willie Gay, and I mean, and our D line should be getting pressure, especially this Raiders O line. We shouldn't have that problem this week, but that is why we get beat down and slowly, like the possession of time with the other teams having the ball, it's completely different. Like we cannot get our defense off the field because they just slowly pick apart our defense over the middle.
One quick side thought. If you guys don't win the Super Bowl this year, do you think Ladarius Sneed leaves in free agency?
No, only because I think he'll stay 1 more year. I think he'll sign a cheap 1-year contract.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to ask you that before I forgot it.
Yeah, no. Ladarius needs a big part of the defense with McDuffie, which I'm pretty sure this is his 2nd year.
Yeah, out of Washington.
Yeah, out of Washington.
McDuffie's.
Trent
McDuffie
McDuffie's
is way good.
Yeah.
He
was
plays
very good.
hard.
Oh yeah.
So I really think Ladarius needs a big part of that defense, and the Chiefs know that. But I also don't know if they can even give up enough to where maybe he's asking for a big price. Who knows? If he is, we can't afford it. So
They still have to get Chris Jones long term too.
yeah, Chris Jones is gonna have a little hissy fit with fucking 2 phones in his hand, not talking to the front office again. So
It is going to be hard to keep that group together. You're losing somebody.
absolutely. And honestly, I see it being Chris Jones.
Chris Jones.
I really see.
He is
Chris
a
Jones.
little older.
Do you think though that Mahomes would restructure his contract
Yes.
in order to win?
Yeah.
Because this is the
He
thing.
already
I mean,
did.
well, this is the other thing. Tom Brady would constantly take lower amounts of money so that
He
his
just
team
did.
could sign and win. But do you think he'd do enough to clear everyone on that team?
Yes, because there's no. I mean,
He
yeah.
makes
Because
so
it-
much
it-
money
he
from
already-
That's what I'm saying.
endorsements
He's
that
got
just
the
doesn't
money.
matter.
That's how Tom Brady made his money, was endorsements and bonuses from winning the Super Bowl and games and
Yeah.
everything else.
He makes it from Jake from State Farm.
That's the
Yeah,
frustration.
facts.
Yeah, he makes enough money as it is. I mean, what does he want to buy?
Oh,
Well,
you
Tom
know?
wasn't allowed to do much like commercial wise.
Yeah.
that's what I'm
But
thinking.
I
Oh
mean-
yeah, he was under Belichick.
Yeah, Belichick had him under like Nazi reign.
Belichick wanted to be
But that's the
mad.
thing is Tom Brady made sure him and all of his teammates hit those bonuses. With Rob Gronkowski, there was a game he needed 1 catch, no
Yeah.
matter what. He found him. You know, he needed 7 in 1 game. Found him until he got it. And he's all right, cool, you're done.
I
Yeah.
know?
absolutely think he would, and he already did. If I'm not mistaken, he dropped it from 505. I know it's not a big fat difference, but it was like 470 something, 475 or something like
Because
that.
like
He does. I don't
$30
think-
million.
No, that's still. Well, I'm just saying.
Well, to him though, that's
To him, that's big. I think he would though, not as low as Tom Brady would go.
I was gonna say, I don't think he would. I mean,
Genuinely, but I honestly don't think the Chiefs would lower it enough to where it'd be like that.
there's
I really
a lot
don't
of
think
dudes
so.
I don't see doing. I don't
He's
see
not a
Dak.
very
I don't see
selfish
Lamar.
guy.
No, I honestly
No.
think he would, but I don't think they need to go not that low, but go low enough to where they need to be in that. Because obviously, if we wanted to get better receivers and all this shit by the trade deadline, Andy Reid would have. He said no, thank you. So he's trying to cook up something that we all don't see, and I don't fucking see. Because Jesus Christ, Buzz Lightyear can't do anything. Rasheed Rice has a good future in Kansas City, in my opinion. Sky Moore,
I don't.
no, yes and no. I don't.
they
know.
don't really
No.
use him.
He's
though.
a second year. He's a second.
He's a no
year,
for me at this point.
Yeah, he's a second year receiver. He got his first tutty in the Super Bowl, and he hasn't done shit this year.
Yeah.
But he's young. MVS is old. They got rid of him out of Green Bay for a reason, and he can dust people, but his hand-eye coordination is horrid. And I'm not even just saying because of this last game. He did it in Green Bay, and he does it even
He
before.
did do it a lot.
He did it a
That
lot
was a
in Green Bay.
frustration. Yeah.
And that's what even Green Bay is handling now with Watson. Yes, he had a tutty last week, but they can't catch the damn ball.
That's why I said
Yeah.
Jalen Reed up there.
Like, fuck, dude. Like, Kadarius Toney can't do it. Like, we need something. We need a vet. I don't care. I loved Juju when he was there. Juju could catch the ball. No, he was not the fastest, and he wasn't, like, the greatest all-around player that front show go. But,
That's not what the Chiefs need. They need
no, they
someone
just need
who
to
can catch the ball.
and get down.
Yeah.
That's what Juju did in the playoffs. He was
Mahomes
amazing.
will find you
I'm
when
gonna say
you're open.
Mahomes will make any wide receiver look good as long as they can hold on to the fucking ball.
Yeah, and
it
Jalen
doesn't
could.
matter. You
So
don't have
I
to get
was-
open. He will find you open. You just got to be able to catch the ball.
And that's what
Yeah.
none of these guys can do right now.
No,
Yeah.
these are guys that can make plays but can't catch the
So
fucking ball.
you got
Yeah.
28-10.
Yes.
I'm gonna run 24-17 Chiefs. I think it's gonna be a little bit closer. I think Raiders defense will come out strong and then fucking in Raiders fashion blow it.
That Max Crosby,
Yeah,
Max
Mahomes,
Crosby's gonna have a
fucking-
day, bro.
no.
yeah.
The thing is,
But-
yes, you're okay. Well, wait. Go ahead, and then we'll
that's-
get into our thing earlier.
That's the end of it. I don't like you thinking you're gonna beat the Raiders down. I don't, but I also don't.
How did it feel last week? when
Shut
we lost to
up!
the Giants?
Leave me
Yeah.
alone. I come on your guys'
Fucking
show.
Chiefs fans. Nah, fuck Chiefs fans. Like
Dude.
y'all have
I've
it
been
so
saying
easy.
this.
Y'all have it so easy.
No, there's teams that are like amazing at drafting certain positions. Like Chiefs are dominantly at quarterback. That's proven.
Under
know?
Veach, yes. Before that, they traded for washed up Joe Montana and didn't get shit out
Well,
of it.
I mean, when it
I mean,
comes
we
to
also
like
had
drafting,
one,
though, I mean,
yeah.
Alex Smith, dominant. Like he
Yeah.
wasn't super amazing, but he got the job done. He fit their scheme. made them playoffs. I mean, yeah.
And Andy Reid
He's
finds
elite.
running backs.
I love
too.
Andy Reid. I think Andy Reid's the best coach in the NFL. Better than Belichick. I will argue that.
Well,
Like,
and-
Belichick is
I'm arguing
clearly
all
Brady.
time.
It was clearly Brady.
That's what I'm saying. And it's going to be tough. It could just say, oh, it's the organization, but it's not. I mean, their draft picks have been fucking horrendous. I think Christian Gonzalez is amazing, but he's injured, you know?
Yeah.
They trade away their best wide receiver last year for fucking what? You know? I don't
They
think
let him leave in free agency to sign Juju, and now Jacoby
that's what it
Myers
was.
is doing
Yeah, that's what it
much
was. I'm
better.
going to say that's what it was.
Because he
Like,
reposted it after
Yeah.
they signed him. They're like, "Oh, for real? He's-
Yeah.
you have money for this guy, but not for me."
Yeah.
Okay,
Like, I don't know. I think Patriots organization is falling, and I love it. But, no.
Yeah, same. But the thing is, it's also Andy Reid. Like, he drafted
Yeah.
both the Kelsey boys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I've said
Philly.
this. When it comes to being a head coach, being a drafting coach, I think Andy Reid fits every scheme. He eats burgers every day. He loves it, though. He's fucking awesome. I love the dude.
he loves Joseph Smith. He loves burgers,
What's wrong with him?
and he loves
Great.
Jake from State Farm.
Dude, we need jerk
All
that
right.
fucker
Well,
off.
let's wrap this up. What do we
finish
got?
it up.
What
So
did you get for score? You didn't even pick your...
Yeah.
Well, if you give me a chance,
no,
You
right
ready?
now,
You ready?
off the bat.
off the bat.
Rip the
Fast,
Band-Aid
go,
off.
Speak up.
All right, Chiefs are going to beat the Raiders. I don't think it's going to be that close.
70-20.
No, more like 17 to 15
Really? Why is that?
I can see it.
because that's the score.
No, but why do you think it's
There's
gonna
no
be that
why. Let's get into the
No
Bears and
why.
Vikings now.
Hold up, let me make my
Let's-
pick.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. Sorry.
tight? He says, let me talk, and then says score, that's it.
I said, let me get my score. It's like fucking 12 o'clock, and
Let
y'all
me-
are talking
Really?
about coaches.
Let me go.
and-
Let me go 35-14, and then now I'll lead you off with my Bears Vikes.
There we go. Fuck the Chiefs. They had enough.
All right.
Against
So-
the Raiders, like, seriously, fuck you.
And on that note, it leads me in to the Bears Vikings
Yes.
skull.
You gonna skull clap against your own team?
You are an unloyal fan
Yeah.
if you don't start taking your team.
Are you
How dare you.
fucking serious? This guy doesn't know, does he, Ethan? Ethan's watched Bears games with me. He knows.
Bro,
He knows how serious it gets.
It is very serious. Like the whole
is it
room.
terrifying?
We go to this social club to watch the football games, and everyone knew it was a Bears game, and like it would like something would happen, and the whole room would like look at Kevin, and then they'd decide what to do based off his reaction.
Take a step back.
It's like, oh shit, this is Kevin's game. They're only beating the Panthers by 1 right now. Anyways,
Bro,
yeah.
I was fucking heated Sunday, but again, so we got the return of Justin Fields, 169 yards, nice. One throwing TD, 104 yards rushing. DJ Moore is back to doing DJ Moore things.
With J. Fields.
7 of 9, 96 yards and a touchdown. The Bears D continues to improve. They had 3 picks, 2 sacks. Thank you for Montez Sweat. He's really been impactful
This is
week
not
by
your
week.
episode, bro.
It's really not. The Bears' run defense continues to step up, and we talked about pre-podcast Joshua Dobbs being good on the run. That defense doesn't allow that.
No.
Plus, we were also just talking about front offices and GM. Ryan Poles is looking competent. All his young guys, all his young draft picks have been looking good. You look at Sanborn, had a sack. Tyreek, who was an undrafted free agent last year, who killed my dreams in high school. Then you got Tyreek Stevenson, second-round corner. They traded back into the second round to grab out of Miami, had his first pick of the year. Has been locking down number ones all year.
He killed your dreams in high school?
Yeah, he manhandled me and ended me 2 games short of a state championship.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's like a conflict of interest on Sundays. Like, oh, Sanborn made a tackle, but fuck that guy. Anyways, and then you look at Kyler Gordon on the other side going nuts in the slot, and Jaquan Brisker when he's healthy doing his thing, and Darnell Wright, aside from that last play, was doing really well. But that's one thing I'm excited about for the future, considering this year's fucked. But back to talking about the astronaut. Dobbs has dominated since arriving in Minnesota through 3 games, 647 passing yards, 131 rushing, 4 passing touchdowns, and 3 rushing touchdowns. Like you said, it'll be interesting to see what he does against these Bears. Maybe the Minnesota primetime curse is not Kirk Cousins. Maybe it's just Minnesota in general.
It's Kirk Cousins. Washington.
Oh, shit, they lost on Sunday Night Football.
They did.
You guys
They
see
did.
that? It's pretty cool.
And with the way the Bears played against the Lions, I'm feeling really confident going into this. But I think it also comes down to Jordan Addison versus Tyreek Stevenson, Jalen Johnson, and TJ Hawkinson against Jaquan Brisker and TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds. If we can win those 2 matchups, the Vikings have no game. If you shut down Hawkinson and you shut down Addison, they have nothing.
Hamler's back. Or
Yeah.
he didn't do nothing this last
Right,
week.
but those are like their 2 main go-tos. If he
Those
has
are their
nothing
2 best
else.
players.
Yeah.
How did Foreman do last week?
Foreman got hurt, but he still had a rushing touchdown and like 40 yards.
Is Herbert in that rotation, or is it?
Yeah,
the
they
other guy?
rotated a lot. They went with 3 running backs, and they each had like 30 yards.
Okay.
Solid.
But so
And the Vikings D isn't exactly
no.
run savvy.
They're not.
No.
Like they're not.
And
no.
then if Justin Fields continues to pick up where he left off with DJ Moore, they ain't stopping it. Minnesota does not have like a true shutdown corner. So I'm going to take the Bears 24-21.
Now, last time the Vikings and the Bears played, we all went with the Bears, and they did not.
Justin
Hold
Fields
up.
went out,
Wasn't
and Tyson Bagent came in
And threw
and
that
threw a
pick. And
Yeah.
he
Was
almost
JJ
could have
there?
won the game if it wasn't for that.
was JJ there for that? I don't
J-
think-
Yeah, no, he was.
No, that
playing.
was the first game JJ was out.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
But that was still with Kirk Cousins, which I guess Josh
Yeah.
Dobbs filled the role perfectly. So
Because I remember after that game, you're
hard
like,
game. That's
he
a
was like,
toss
oh, they're nothing without JJ, and then they go out the next week
Yeah.
and light up the Niners, and it's like, oh, maybe the Bears' defense is getting better.
Their record's better without JJ than with. So
That is true.
oh.
There was a stat on that.
He doesn't seem like the funnest guy to be a teammate of, or
Justin
around in
Jefferson?
general. He looks like a real life Fortnite character.
Yeah.
He seems
And
like he's
it's who the
kind of a
fuck is
dick.
this? Yeah, he doesn't
No,
seem like
I-
the funnest guy to be
He
around.
doesn't seem
No.
like Kirk.
I think Juju.
Yeah, Kirk would be an
person to
awesome
do
guy
Dude,
to play for.
dude, that'd be awesome.
Or even Josh Dobbs. Like,
that. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want
Dobbs
that.
looks like he just goes out and has fun with it.
Dobbs'
It's like-
But
parents.
he's just
Fuck
like,
yeah.
I'm happy to be here. Let's fucking. That's how DJ Moore is. Like, if you watch any of his press conferences, he's like, man, I'm just here to have fun and win games. Like, literally, he never gets pissed about anything. It's like, we'll get after it next week. We'll go back to the drawing board. I'm just here to have fun. It's a game. I get paid to play a game.
playing
he's
for the
awesome.
Panthers for so long will just breed that fucking mentality.
Well,
No.
now he's
I'm here to
got a
just have
halfway
fun.
decent quarterback who can fucking gunsling it.
That's
He
true.
had Cam Newton.
For like, he had the washed up Cam Newton, though. He didn't have prime Cam Newton.
Yeah.
He had Cam Newton round 2.
You had Andy Dalton. That's all you need.
No. Do you guys-
Anyways, let's get our scores out.
All right.
And then, sorry, Chase.
I went
I'll let you say
24-21. What do you got?
Oh, this is in Minnesota, bro. Has Cam Akers and Addison done anything for
Madison.
rushing?
No, they don't have a
Addison.
run game. Josh Dobbs is out rushing both of them.
Plus, the Bears have been top 5 in the run all year.
It's just hard with Fields back. And that defense is finally doing something. Did Minnesota lose last week?
Yeah, 21-20.
Broncos.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm gonna take. Oh shit. I don't even know, bro. This is so hard. If this was Badgett this would be Minnesota all the way. But
Especially with the way they played in Detroit, too.
dude, I don't fucking know.
If you have to look at, do you want me to go?
Yeah, you go.
Okay. If you look at last week, which is what I'm making my pick based on, the Bears almost beat the Lions, and it was because they choked the lead. It wasn't because they almost came back and won. It was because they were winning.
Yeah.
So they were beating the Lions versus the Vikings. Had a very close one with Denver, who's something, like they're kind of unreadable right now. And same with the Vikings, kind of unreadable. But the Bears just barely almost beating the Lions, and the Vikings losing in just like a field goal contest with the Broncos makes me think that the Bears are on the hotter side of this ball on this matchup. And it's a Monday Night Football, which means who the hell knows is going to happen. I doubt it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think the Bears are going to win this one. It's going to look a lot like the Broncos dub versus the Vikings. I think it's going to be nitty-gritty down to the fourth quarter, and whoever wins it within like the last 5 minutes of the game. That all being said, give me the Bears. Bear down.
Bear down.
24-17. That was my first game. You guys almost did every game 24-17. That was my first game at 24-17. So
I had some high scores early. I had two 35-10s.
yeah.
What do you got, Chase?
Thanks.
I think it's gonna be close. I see the Bears taking it 21-17.
Oh.
Dang, bear down.
I don't know. I had faith in all your teams. Give me something.
Someone changed their pick just for him.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll take the Redskins.
Jaxon.
70 to nothing.
I don't know. At home, Minnesota. Okay, I'm gonna say like how you're thinking on your Denver game, but I think it's gonna be flipped.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take Minnesota.
He's getting greedy.
I don't know.
He
I
sees
really
the
don't
chance
know.
to pull ahead in the pick.
It's not even
That's
that.
what it
It's just
is.
He's
like
just gotta flip.
was that game because they did lose and it's a sad fashion. But the thing is, Addison, he's had a big year, and Hawkinson's dangerous, and then Dobbs, he can sling it, but he also obviously shown he can run the ball.
Yeah.
So, and depending on how their defense is with Hunter, that's about it for them. I'm going to call it close one. Let's do... I'm going to say... I think it's going to be a little bit higher scoring, though. Let's do 24-27.
Vikings?
Vikings.
Oh.
I don't know how that
You
was
did
really
that
gonna
just to have a different pick.
I think Sweat's gonna stop him.
go. I just don't know.
Dude, he's just been
I really
so
don't know
nasty
because it's
since
like
he's
Fields
arrived.
had a high
I
game,
know.
It's a toss-up.
but those two fluctuate with like not as much as Sam Howell does with good game, bad game, good game, bad game, but it can be flipped to where Justin Fields at the beginning of the year was doing dog shit until he played the Commanders. And then he had that
Well,
high
that's
game with
when
DJ Moore.
he finally started passing to DJ
Yeah.
Moore.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I'm saying.
disagree
That's what
with...
And then
wouldn't
you look at
guard.
what he did Sunday, he was finally free.
Because
You know what I mean? Because he rushed for 100 yards. He passed for another 169. He's finally free to be him.
Yeah.
So he's going to be back to where he was, if not better, because he's finally hit that point of, I know how to pass it and I know how to run, and I'm going to do it on my terms.
I just feel like for some reason DJ Moore is going to get limited to more than what we're thinking, to where that makes it a lot closer. Because, I mean, Darnell Mooney had his fair share ish with that, like the bomb from the first play from Badgett, but that's all you really heard from Mooney much, and from what I've heard at least. I feel like if they can limit DJ Moore to a pretty tight game, even if it's one touchdown, that's fine. I think they can pull it away with that.
What
tight
about
score.
Cole Kmet
I was gonna
and
say
that
Cole
running
Kmet
back
could have
by
it.
committee?
I don't know. That's what
And
I'm
the
saying.
fact that Fields can move on
Because
his
if
feet.
DJ Moore gets hot, it's only DJ Moore. But
Yeah, I have to agree with what Kevin just said, is that Justin Fields can finally confidently play like Justin Fields, but that confidence is fragile. On the first mistake, Justin Fields spirals time and time again. So what we need to see from him is just mental toughness and the ability to get it done even when you make a mistake. And in a Monday night football game against the Vikings, I'm sure he's bound to make an error here or an error there. And so it's just a matter of if he can keep it together versus Dobbs, who seems to just be invincible. It doesn't matter if he makes a mistake. That dude will move teams on the other side of the country and go start winning games.
Yeah.
Like, Dobbs don't give a fuck. So it's about if Fields can keep it together.
I think the defense.
I think the Bears are still winning.
I think the defense for Minnesota needs to force. Like, they need to get a defensive touchdown to kind of shake his confidence a lot more than just
A defensive
fourth down stops.
touchdown, I think it's game over. I think Minnesota's got it.
Yeah,
I
I
have to agree
think
with that.
if they can get a defensive touchdown, that's going to shake his confidence completely. But if it's just like fourth down stop, if Minnesota does the same shit, it's not going to rattle him, and something's going to break for the Bears.
Especially the Bears' defense has gotten better by every week.
And I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Fucking Montez Sweat, man.
It
Yeah.
was such a great.
That's a big
Everyone,
pickup.
a lot of people at first were like, "Oh, this is such a shitty move, wasting a second round pick. We need that draft capital." Dumbass. He's a young piece for the future. What the fuck are you talking about?
You have a great secondary with Jalen Johnson, and then your linebacker core with Edwards.
Edwards,
Yeah.
and fuck the
Eduardo.
dude who hurt my dreams.
I'm a
It's
dream
just
guy.
it's a scary.
Jack Sanborn.
They can be a scary D, but they can be scary, but not produce what they should be doing for defense. They're not stopping sports. They're kind of getting mowed over. So I mean, we'll see. It really just depends on the Minnesota defense. Honestly, I think it can either be an offensive shootout and the Bears win, or if the defense can get a tutty, it's done.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's go through this week's picks super quickly. We started at the Packers and the Lions, and all of us made that our lock of the week for the Lions. After that, we had Cowboys, Commanders, and sadly, no one picked the Commies. Sorry, Chase. Anyone want a sympathy change real quick?
Fuck no. I need to get back in the record books.
I'm weighing last right now.
I'm going 6-0, so I'm picking Dallas.
All right. There we go.
Dude, if you do, that'd be nuts.
Texans, Jaguars. Me and Kevin had Jaguars. Chase and Jackson had Texans.
Yep.
Browns, Broncos.
I think we all took the Broncos.
I think we all took the Broncos. Hell yeah. Let's ride, baby. Chiefs, Raiders. We all took the Chiefs. And Vikings, Bears. We almost all took the Bears except Jackson took the Vikings.
So
Yep.
other than that, we all have the same picks aside from 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those 2 games can fuck you
Oh, yeah.
up. So I've learned that multiple weeks in a row.
We've
So-
seen how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's week 12 on the Jabronis show. It's been awesome. Another week with Chase, our guest champ. See if you can beat your own record.
Get a Jabroni show shirt.
Yes, get that shirt. That's the new thing.
With me in your pocket.
Yeah.
With Jackson's name written under the pocket.
No, in the pocket. Aren't I in the pocket?
It's like on the other side of the shirt. Like, people are going to put it on inside out thinking because it says Jackson on this side. And we're like, no, you're wearing it the wrong way.
It's mine and Ethan's heads on the back. On the front, it just says Jabroni shows champ.
Yes. It'll be like a once-in-a-lifetime hoodie. Like, you take it to a
Right.
pawn shop, they'll give you
2 years
so
from
much
now?
fun.
Dude, new Heizer's going to
So
want to wear
fucked.
that shirt.
Exactly. That's some pregame drip. People are going to show up. Like, Thanksgiving
That's something
game.
Jason Kelsey would wear,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 100%. If you got it,
You just
to
see
him,
Jackson under like the nipple there.
I'd be happy. I'm
Get a
poking
pair
through
of
his
shorts
nipple.
with it just so you can put Jackson on the nutsack.
That's real stinky.
And just sell it to Mahomes.
Who is a bitch.
And
He
Tommy
is.
DeVito
Patrick
has learned.
Mahomes is a bitch. Tommy DeVito is a god.
And Jackson's learned his name. God.
What's the name of their defensive end, though?
Yeah, and we'll see you next week.
Did you cut it?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.